Hi everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the reading. I'm going to do things a little different today. I have the Skin Deep or the End cards. I know it's backwards, but this is the Self edition. And so I'm just going to pull a card based off the collective's energy. It is in question form. And then I'm going to do an oracle reading based off the question that is pulled. I'm just shuffling. I'm just going to open the deck. So this card says, what mental states do I find myself in often, and what will I lose by letting them go? Okay, that one's personal also, but we're gonna go based off that. And then I'm gonna go in with this deck from Tara Chi. And it's called the Goddess Oracle. Okay, and before I do the oracles, I'm just going to take a moment to just call in my guides and call in protection. Okay, so give me a minute. Okay. All right. So again, the question is, what mental states do I find myself in often, and what will I lose by letting them go? And then, and we're going to pull 3 cards from the middle. I'm just gonna make it simple today. So I just pulled out a stack of cards. There are 4 cards, and we'll go over these in a minute. And then I'm going to pull from the Cosmos Oracle deck by Carmen Bale. I know it's a little dim in here. And then I'm going to use a third deck, and then also turn on the light so you all can see a little bit better. And then we're just going to pull out a few cards from here. Okay, and give me 1 moment. I'm just going to turn on the light. Okay. All right, next I'm gonna pull a few cards from Seasons of the Witch by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. I don't know why I'm saying the name like it's a book. I guess technically it is a book of cards. And then I'm gonna do one tarot card as the overall message. And this is the Wandering Star Tarot. And okay, just pull one from the middle. Okay, let's get started. So this is definitely a lot. And I wish I could like spill it over for you, but I'm gonna show you each card as I talk about it. I didn't expect for this to be like a long reading like this. Okay, so like I said, the main question again, what mental states do I find myself in often, and what will I lose by letting them go? First card we have is Sacred Space. And I know you can't see because I have like this screen cover on my phone. It's like making it really blurry. But it says, tend to your soul in the comfort of your sanctuary. That resonates already. Creatrix, live in the flow of your ideas, birthing them to life. Regeneration, face your shadow. Okay, Independence, recognize your own potential. Then we have Threshold, Beginning, Leap, Passion. We have Fire Element, Energy, Impulse, Ascendant. We have Reaper, for the birth of something new to manifest, the death of something holding you back is inevitable. Oh. Well, gee whiz. I mean, I don't even think I need to do a reading. Scarecrow, remember that you are not alone. Move with confidence as you are guided. Okay, oh shit. And this is Ghost Whisper. Be still in the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. Okay, and then as the overall card, we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so as the cards I pull, what mental, I know this is like my 10th time reading this, but what mental states do I find myself in often, and what will I lose by letting them go? Already, I mean, the Sevens of Swords to me says self-sabotage, but I'm just gonna pull it out and read it. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Death, dishonesty. The Seven of Swords is a tricky card that has been nicknamed the Thief. It may simply be warning to take extra care and protect what is yours, both physically and emotionally. Create boundaries where needed and be sure to lock up tight. There may be someone trying to deceive you or take from you. Even if it's not in your nature, you must be cunning and sly in order to outfox them. It could be a warning to search your own heart. Are you distracted by shiny objects that ultimately won't satisfy? Are you taking from others to quell your selfish desires? This card delivers a tale of caution whether you are the victim or the thief. The robbed that smiles steals something from the thief. William Shakespeare. Okay, so I mean, I guess it's not the same as self-sabotage, but well, I guess it kind of is. That's the first thing that came to mind for me, is because you don't think that you're not good enough. You're robbing yourself of your purpose. That's the overall message that I'm getting from the cards. I feel like there is shadow work to be done. There is something new that is trying to take place, especially with Threshold and the Reaper. It says beginning, leap, passion, and the Reaper for birth of something new to manifest. The death of something holding you back is inevitable. And then of course we have the regeneration, face your shadows. So I feel like, you know, there's something that is moving you forward, and like the Seven of Swords is saying, it's like, you know, there is this trying to find peace in things outside of yourselves, and I feel like any reading I do is more than likely I could learn something from it, and I definitely feel like this is something for me, because sometimes things may be going a certain way in your life and you don't know how to fix that at the moment. And so in order to get a quick fix, right, you may go to an addiction. An addiction doesn't have to be something that's like major. It could be shopping, it could be, you know, eating sweets, it could be eating food, it could be anything. An addiction could be anything. So definitely I definitely feel like this is something, of course it is something that is emotional, something that we have to face, things that we are having to let go and figure out, why do I feel like whenever I get sad or whenever I think about X, Y, and Z, I need to go and eat, or I need to go and shop, or I need to go do this. And for me, I'll give an example. Sometimes when I feel like I'm not enough, I feel like I need to go shop. I need to go, oh my gosh, I need new jeans. Oh my gosh, I need new shirts. I need new this, I need new that. I need a whole new bedroom set. I need a whole new this, whole new that. And then after I get it, it's just like, okay, what did I do that for? so really the sacredness comes from within. And this is also a mix of like with the creatrix card, I feel like it's telling you in those times, especially when you're feeling down, we should be creating, right? Like a lot of times, before I get into that, I want to talk about sacred space. Tend to your soul in the comfort of your sanctuary. I feel like this is saying, you know, a lot of times, like I will leave my room in order to go be comfortable or to be like, feel like I'm somewhere else. But I'm practicing being comfortable in my space, in my room. And I know for some people that may not hit home, a lot of people feel comfortable like in their room. But I'm practicing learning, like trying to figure out like why is it that I like to be, go and rest and be comfortable outside of my room. Is it because like I don't feel like I'm enough within that I feel like I have to go do that? And so then I have back to the creatrix cards. It's like I feel like it's saying when you are in your sacred space and when you are sad and you're facing your shadows, most time people don't know that when you do shadow work, instantly the energy opens up. Like when I say instantly, I'm gonna give you all an example. One night I did some heavy shadow work, and I said, you know what, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Literally the next morning I woke up, I found someone on TikTok and they were doing like these energy readings from like a higher being kind of like Abraham Hicks. And I actually was the last person to go out of all the people that wanted to go. And that opened me up to a whole new world. When I tell you, like, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know you could do this. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it may not come as like, well, I guess that was a gift. Gifts can come in many ways. And for me personally, somebody that enjoys esoteric knowledge and things like that, that was a gift for me. I was so thankful for that. And it opened me up to so much more. So, definitely, it says live in the flow of your ideas, birthing them to life, and just me having that little interaction, it birthed a whole new world, even though it may seem small to someone else. But everyone else in that live, I'm sure, like even the new people that were coming in the live, it was just opening them up to a whole new, like the 5D, for sure, for sure. Like that, her lives carry the frequency of the 5D. And I mean, I wish I could like say her name. Her name is Elle on TikTok, and I think her name is like the Simply Evolution, or the Simply Evolution, or We Simply Evolution, something along those lines. But I tell you, I literally, like, she was the first or second person on TikTok that morning I woke up. And I was like, what's this? At first, I was so confused. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And why are people talking to AI? But then I realized she was channeling, and it was kind of like Abraham Hicks, but I really had to stay there and like not let my frustration take me somewhere else. I had to kind of just sit and say, okay, just stay for a minute and let's just see what happens. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I want to do this. So definitely, I feel like when you do the shadow work, it opens you up for creation. And I feel like that was one of the messages, that is a message that I got from my spirit guide. It's like, we are here to create, to create, to create. And if we are holding on to a lot, consuming a lot, addiction, buying things, taking things in all the time and not putting things out, then definitely it can kind of it can create the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it can kind of create a self-sabotage. You don't think that you're good enough, you know. And watch, of course, energetically what we are taking in, which speaks to sacred space. Now, the last two cards, excuse me. Oh, I didn't talk about the fire, the energy before I get to the last two cards. Energy, impulse, ascendant. Ooh, so I'm gonna read this card because I mean, this card can. I feel like it kind of goes two ways. Um, Something that my guy told me is the flame holder. For if you know what a flame holder is, it's people that are holding the flames for the grid, for the aligning and the awakening. That's the first thing that came to my mind. The flame holder, not necessarily to take action or I know this says impulse, but it can come along with energy, but to hold the light and hold it steady. And I still just feel the need to read the energy card. Oh, this is card number 1. Okay, it says the element of fire can be seen. It is the sustaining force of all that is manifested in the cosmos. Without it, the darkness prevails. It is the intention, the fuel, the cause, the spark, the principle of creation. It has the power to weaken the water element and strengthen the air element. Fire is the life force of the cosmos. It has a double nature. It is the spark of creation and the catalyst of destruction. It illuminates the void but also purifies back to the darkness. It's the beginning and the ending. The energy of the fire goes up and out, so you are being invited to get out of your cave and express your vitality. It's time to add more wood to the fire. Offer your impurities to the transmuting power of this element. When the fire element is empowered within you, you feel extroverted, ambitious, creative, and active. It brings passion, willpower, innovation, and transformation. This element touches the themes related with career, projects, creativity, motivation, behavioral patterns, leadership, and personal identity. Fire is the energy that moves you. The fire element is related to your ascendant or rising sign. This angle of your natal chart speaks about how you show up in the world, how you respond to changes in your environment, and what gets you out of bed. So it's time to wake up and explore infinite potential. Action. Practice energy healing. Embrace the qualities of the salamander spirit. Do something that excites you. Uplift your mood. Bring some energy to your body with movement. Feel the power of the sun with caution. Share your passion with the world. Get out of your cocoon. Affirmation: it is okay to be powerful. My energy is strong. Today I seek excitement. So, yes, that's also a great message too. Now, I know we were saying like go into sacred spaces and definitely take time to meditate and to heal, but that energy work is necessary before you go back out, because let me tell you, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm a bitch, okay? I'm working my hardest to stay out. I'm working on that, okay? I am a bitch. And of course, I think it's definitely due to my childhood, you know, and I'm working through those things. I can't give y'all a fucking deadline, but I'm just letting you know, like, I'm really working on this. I feel like Oracle is something that calms my spirit and gives me reason to say, okay, I do have to do better. I do have to face my shadows and integrate my shadow, you know, because I'm that type of person. I don't want to hear about a shadow. I think everyone's supposed to be nice and kind, but I have to realize that the light can't exist without the dark, right? So we have to integrate those parts. And I feel like it's saying here that with the first 4 cards that we pulled at the top, it's basically saying you're going to have to create that sacred space first. Go within first. And once you go within, then you can go without. There can be new beginnings, leaps. And I was just telling myself that earlier, like, I need to go out. When I tell you all, I have been like cocooning inside because that's just how my energy is. My energy drains really quickly. But it's okay for me to go and just get a cup of ice cream. I can't, when I tell y'all I am so highly empathic, I can't go to 2 and 3 stores. I can't, go shopping. Like, I do all my shopping online and I'll go return it. I can't even, I can't run errands like normal people. I don't know if they call it neurodivergent nowadays. I don't know. We didn't have that back in the 90s. So that's the closest thing I've heard that like relates. So I can't really go shopping. When I go out, I go to one store. I do Instacart for grocery shopping. If I gotta return something, then it's just so be it. But I do DoorDash. I don't really like to go out, and I'm really trying to at least maybe now try to go out to one place. Like tonight, me, my mom, and my sister went out for ice cream. And I'm like, okay, that's cool beans. Ice cream is something I can deal with. But I used to be able to go out to festivals and things like that. Even still, my anxiety was extremely high. But now that I'm learning to create a sacred space for myself and learning to work on those shadows, I'm finding out that my sacred space is within and home is within. No matter where I go out in the world, that I always have a place to go within. And so now we're gonna get to the last 2 cards. So the scarecrow and the ghost whisper. Remember that you're not alone. Move with confidence as you're guided. Be still in the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. So my guide, I feel like this is a message coming directly from my guide, because that's one thing. Before I connected with my guide, was I just felt so alone. I felt so alone. I was just like, even though all my family, I have a large family around me, and my guide, I remember the first thing she said to me is like, "You're not alone," and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I think that really hit home for me, and so I don't know, I think that's what the scarecrows are about. It's like sometimes moving into the unknown is scary. You're just trying to figure out and navigate. For those of us that, some people do have confidence and they can like make decisions like boom, boom, boom. But for those of us that really just I don't want to say doesn't have confidence, but sometimes when you feel like you're alone and you're thinking about the unknown and you're someone that likes to think logically and really can't like blend the mind and the heart, that's what the meditation is for. The sacred space is to meditate on the heart, and then realize that you're always being guided. So that was kind of like I feel like I need to kind of merge that a little bit more. When you do meditate and you go within and you meditate in the heart space and on the heart, then you will feel more confident following the heart, right? Trusting the heart. Because sometimes we feel like the heart will not necessarily lead us astray, but I don't even want to say get us into trouble. But I feel like for those of us that have trusted, my guy said I need to open my heart, but also place a filter over it. I was like, that is such a kind way of saying it. So definitely for those of us that have an open heart, but we just need a filter over it, right? To say, okay, to watch what it is that to trust the heart, but also to filter. Yeah, to filter. I think the logical aspect does help with that in a way. But anyway, I'm going back to the cards. Okay. And then the ghost whisper, be still, and the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. So definitely, like, I feel like this is overall saying the end of the message is saying connect with your spirit guides. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah. This spells out spirits and wisdoms. I know you can't see it, but it's like right there. Oh shoot. I wish like I could. This says spirits and this says wisdom. So this definitely 1000% is telling me that you need to connect with your spirit guides. And so I'm just going to give you all a meditation that my spirit guide gave me. So I was advised to sit up straight, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, exhale slowly, and imagine like a gold white light pulsing at the top of your head. And then imagine that gold light going all the way down and coming out through your feet, creating roots to ground yourself to the earth. Of course, we want to make sure that we ground. And then we want to say out loud, we want to call in our benevolent spirit guides and our higher frequency guidance, or guides that are of our highest good, ancestors of our highest good. But if you want to connect with your guides, we would say I call in the protection of my guides that are of my highest good to protect me, and only may my spirit guides of higher frequency, and may my spirit guides of my highest good come in to guide me. And then of course you sit in that energy. You want to feel that energy, and you want to you can ask questions. And then from there, before I ask questions, I then imagine like a gold ring of light around me. I can feel my spirit team. And you just want to start asking your questions from there. And of course, before I got to know my spirit guides, I was asking questions. I've learned because of my past and like an open heart to ask any and all questions. And of course, even still to this day, I know my spirit guides, like, this girl keeps asking me questions. She keeps trying to filter out who I am. But I feel like definitely, have discernment and trust yourself, and if you ever have any question, always ask, always, always, always. So, yes, definitely the overall message of this reading. What mental states do I find myself in often, and what will I lose by letting them go? Seven of Swords. Whether you're taking people's energy or people are taking your energy, if you're highly intuitive, I'm just doing a recap. Create that sacred space, for you to definitely meditate on your heart. And also not only for shadow work, but with destruction comes creation. Not only should we sit and think about the things the shadows and what we want to integrate, but also what it is that we're wanting to create in our lives, and recognize that we can go and get those things. We can definitely create those things. And then again, recognize that when we take time for ourselves to realize that light and that dark and that creation or destruction, this creates a new threshold for us and creates that fire energy, that ambition for us to be able to go out and be able to filter and always stay within and hone in while we're creating. And like I said, the overall message here. And then of course, with the Reaper card, just releasing the old. I feel like that was just a recap of the whole message. But last but not least, like I said, the message from your spirit guides is just don't be afraid. Realize that you're not alone. And if you ever need help on this journey, whether it's shadow work, whether it's creating, whether it's realizing your desires, what it is that you're wanting, which way should you go, you know, which creative ideas you should express first, you know, because you may be doing more than one thing. A lot of people nowadays, when they're doing energy work, they're doing more than one thing, you know, and tarot is just a start for me. But my guides have definitely confirmed like where it is that I'm going on my journey. So I will leave you all with that. And yes,